Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the show where we talk about the the alleged
Alleged.
Prime One killer of the Hush. I know there's a lot of people out there talking about the statue when it came out, when it was revealed. There was a lot of hate. There was a lot of people that were super excited about it. So it was kind of mixed bag, but I think the overall opinion of it, people really liked it. Um, I know it's just a render right now, and we don't have any it's not printed or painted or whatever yet. But I just wanted to kind of talk about it right now and get the ball rolling and juices talking because it's got a little bit of zestiness behind it right now in the community. So welcome everybody. Dion, how's your day going?
It's going okay. I got class tomorrow at work, so I'm not looking forward to that. But at least that means I get off early. That's what I have to look forward to. Right now, statue looking forward to that. Like everything is quiet. I don't have any POs that are shipping anytime soon. I got a few things on the boat, but I don't think they're gonna come anytime soon either.
Yeah,
Man,
So just chilling basically.
got you. Kind of like that maestro behind you, huh? Just
Kind of like
chilling.
the mic show behind me. Right.
Matt, man, what's up, man? How you
Actually, hold
doing?
on. Before we got to that, before we get to Matt, they got dethroned today as no longer the heaviest statue. But go ahead.
oh yeah.
Oh, did
What's up,
I haven't heard that? Echo? Is there echo?
man? No, you're
It's
good.
always
You're
the
good
echo
today.
with you, Matt.
I know. That's right. I know. And it says Cowboys lose again. Cowboys lose again. Cowboys lose
I,
again. You
I
heard it?
heard
How many
that
times
too.
you
I
hear
heard it. I heard
it? You
it.
heard
I heard it thrice.
it? Twice. Exactly.
Twice.
Oh my God, man, not funny.
Um. Yeah. Day to day, everyday issues, man. Problems, more problems upon problems. I got 99 problems.
Yeah.
Um. And yeah, but
Oh, I
that's one
understand,
too.
man. I understand. I think Biggie Smalls put it quite elegantly. More
You know what
money,
I'm
more
saying?
problems.
Yep. Yep. They found out I got transmission issues in the car.
Ooh,
What
ooh.
if you broke and still got problems?
Then
I'm
you're
That's
saying.
the
screwed.
category
Then
I'm
you're
in.
screwed. Then you're screwed.
I mean, the highlight, was fine. My prostate exam was a positive. So that
In
tells you,
what way, Matt? In what way?
hey, numbers are good. Numbers are
Okay.
good. Numbers are good.
Okay, good, good,
Did you
good.
enjoy it? That's the question. Did you enjoy it?
Let's not get into that, okay? Let's
The
not
result,
get
the results are great. The results are good. So
into
that's all that matters.
Oh my
But you know
God.
something's wrong when that's the highlight, right?
Oh, definitely. Let's skip on. Piggy, man, what's up?
I was gonna say it's so, but after hearing Matt's, I think I'm having a great week, man. I think. No, man, I'm doing well. Today I didn't leave work feeling like I was struggling not to curse or kick something or break something. So that's always a good sign. Um, I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here.
Glad you're here as always.
Appreciate it.
Today, man, like the last couple of days, yesterday, I worked till probably midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. Got off. Was supposed to be off today, and then I got called in again for an emergency. So, it's been a rough couple of days for me. Um, of course, when they
All I hear
called
is
me
statue
in,
money. Statue money.
huh?
That's all I hear.
Oh,
All I'm
that's
hearing
what
is statue money.
that's what I'm getting to. Why they called me in? As soon as I go into work, I'm pretty much getting paid double time. So I can't complain. It just I'm tired. So, but that's what's been going on with my days lately. Real fast, catch up to everybody that's in the chat.
Are you
See
are you on
here.
travel? Or are you near home?
I mean, I'm probably 2.5 hours from the house right now.
Got you.
So let me ask you a question. So if you 2.5 hours away, like I don't know what time you have to go back to work, but wouldn't it be better just to drive and then be in your own house and your own bed for 2.5 hours? Or no?
I stay here
Nah.
during the week. Where the
Oh, okay.
station is where I'm staying, and then I go home during the weekends.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I get more money to travel. That's why I travel. These statues ain't gonna pay for themselves. So, but yeah, real fast, say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Cylon, what's up, man? Figure Kong, pop, as they say. Gamoya, what's up, man? Jose, I can't wait to hear you complain about something tonight.
Exactly.
Let's see here. Frenzy, what's up, man? And that's it for right now. Other people still hopping on.
So Jarhead, really fast while we're waiting. I have another statue coming, but I didn't go outside of my rule because I canceled that Tweeterhead Beastman. They gave me a refund, so I moved it over to another statue. So technically,
so you think that counts, huh?
Yeah, technically it's the same statue.
I already validated it
Hold
last
on,
night.
hold on.
Dion co-signed it.
Everybody in the chat, do you think that counts? That he
Yes.
moved over the money from the statue he canceled to a new statue this year? Is it a new statue or is it the old statue money that he's using for a new statue?
That's old money, man.
It's old money. And to make sure I wasn't out here just acting on my own volition, I spoke to Dion about it and he co-signed, yes, this is the money. If this is the PO money from 2023, it's still a statue from 2023.
Okay.
That's the way I do my spreadsheets too. Sorry.
Well, it appears that you're cleared, Piggy. You're cleared.
Appreciate it.
Not that I hold you to a standard or anything, because you know me, I'm always trying to get you to buy more, but whatever.
Magneto has spoken. It's okay.
Much appreciated.
What else? So something about the statue that I know a lot of people were kind of, I've seen people upset about, they just copied Prime 1's pose and everything. I kind of wanted to kind of delve in that a little bit because, I obviously can see where they would say that, and then, I also seen people complaining, well, we were saying, well, Sideshow's copying the customs. Now the customs are doing it back. But I think a lot of people were fine with Sideshow doing it if they were improving on the overall statue, right? People seem to be like, okay, well, Sideshow is improving on, that custom piece. They're changing it up enough to where it's kind of similar, but it's not. It's an improvement. And I kind of want to talk about, is this custom group really doing the same thing too?
So you think that new Superman that Sideshow has is similar to Hush?
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, right? What you're saying is how licensed pieces will oftentimes get the inspiration for a concept or something like that from a custom piece, and they'll do it and tweak it and make it look better. And now it's
been happening a lot lately, and
right.
People have said something and they've denied it, and it's kind of gone back and forth, but they've also improved on the idea behind the statue, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So, and people didn't seem to matter as much when it was a licensed company doing it. So I'm just trying to get your guys' thought process behind,
like the double standard kind of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has already said that, like, licensed companies are watching, like custom company. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. So I don't care if anybody copies anybody. The only thing I don't like is a bunch of variants. But I mean, it should be looked at as like a compliment if somebody wants to copy like your framework and maybe tweak it a little bit. Or if you feel confident in what you put out, you shouldn't be worried about what somebody else is doing. So, hey, I feel like it's free game.
What about you, Matt? What do you think about it?
No, and I was gonna get to this when we get to start talking about the statue. No, I think when you create a work of art, which I consider these statues to be works of art, I think the concept of it and the idea of it is what makes that piece. Now, if you do that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go make a Mona Lisa, but I'm gonna have her looking this way. Well, that wasn't your idea. That wasn't your thought. That wasn't your concept. Yeah, I get it's free game, but who's the genius that came up with it, or who's the person that developed the concept. And I get a lot of these statues are actually coming from art and comic. So the true artist actually goes to the artist who drew it in a comic book. But it's whoever gets the idea to turn that piece of art or whatever it is into a statue, they should get the credit for it. I think that, for me, it's concept and idea what makes the piece. And I think that's what stands it out. So when I see a company or something like that, where's their originality? And yeah, vice versa. When I see a custom piece come out, where's the originality? I think the licensed companies get away with it because they have a bigger reach of a bigger audience, right? So it's kind of like they went, custom groups are small, tight, and private. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't really know about it. So if a licensed company can get their hands on something similar to it, make it their own, tweak it, make it better, they can produce it to the masses, or they can get out to the masses. And a lot of people just don't even know about the custom piece. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on it.
I can respect that.
I like the variety. I like having a variety, regardless to who gets the credit for it. I like options. Let's just say, for example, man, I hate to do this because there's so many Wolverines and so many Batman. But we'll say when he's in the jar, when he's Weapon X or whatever. Sideshow, you have him out the jar. You guys as customs, you have them in the jar. 2 totally different takes. I can either get both, put them together, make a dio. I can say I'd rather have him looking this way because it goes better with my collection, like he just busted out. Or I can have him going this way where he's in the tube because that's my favorite rendition. So just the fact that you have options, and then I could easily say, well, hey, the custom did it first. He was in the tube. That's dope. I love everything about it. Sideshow's hating. Or I can say, well, it don't matter if the custom did it first. Sideshow's paying for the license. So theirs is what's legit. And that's what I'm going to go with. But either way, just having those options, like, again, I would get both if I was going to get either one of them. Is what's important to me as a collector. Whatever would fit in best of that representation of that character, or even that rendition of that character with my collection. So I can easily say, all right, the custom did it first. It's theirs. They knocked it out the box. But if that sideshow one fits in better with my collection, I'm going to go with it. Hey, they can get the credit. I don't care about the credit. But as long as I get what goes better with my collection.
Another thing I was thinking about too is the fact that the companies, I see a lot of people harping on, well, this company's licensed, so they're more legit than another company or whatever, and custom groups aren't legit. I understand how that process goes, but art is art, right? Art is not like licensed. Like I could buy a Wolverine piece of art from somebody randomly drew it, right, and it could be the best art piece that I ever had in my hands, but Marvel didn't say, hey, you could do this or not, and that's the way I look at customs. Is I appreciate the art, and I know a lot of people, customs is a bad word to some people, but I don't see it that way. I see the art behind it. There's artists that are doing it, that are hardworking, that are making these statues for people, and that's how I see it. What about you guys?
I feel like everybody is copying everybody, right? Like, I mean, even if we take it out of the realm of statues, like, look at the movies that are coming out. Like, they're sold the same, or it's like constant sequel after sequel after sequel. Everybody is trying to take somebody else's idea and improve on it, or just make it their own in some kind of way. I don't have a problem with it because, like you said, Piggy, it just gives me more variety to choose from. But I look at it as a compliment. I mean, the custom is going to reach the people that it needs to reach. Sideshow is going to reach the people that it needs to reach. There's some people that don't even trust buying a custom. So if Sideshow does a version, they're probably going to go with the Sideshow version. Or some people may know that Sideshow's paint may not be up to snuff, and the customs usually are. So they're going to go with the custom. I think there's a lane for everybody. And I think there's a lot of talk about this person copied and this person didn't. It comes off kind of like like petty in a way. I kind of feel like, because like I said, everybody's copying everybody or trying to improve on everybody's thing, not just in the statue world.
Something else to that vein. This is why I really appreciate customs, and everyone may not agree with it, and we can say, well, what companies had what in development for how long, because I think we had that argument before. But I think customs, they really motivate some of the license pieces, and sometimes without those custom companies, you're never gonna get a character that you want. Like, for example, when I got that Mace Windu, I was never gonna get a Mace Windu, and then once everybody started getting them and posting them, whether he was in development or not, that's irrelevant. The next thing you know, Sideshow dropped that Mace Windu. And I don't think, even if they had in development, it wasn't going to be a rush to release him that soon if everyone hadn't started posted that they were getting a custom. So a lot of times you're going to get a character that you're never going to get. Sometimes it's better than a licensed company, or you can get it in ways that a licensed company will never show in these days. Like you can get guns or Gambit with a pack of cigarettes in his mouth. You know what I mean? Things that the license holders aren't going to be allowed to do. And then a lot of times when they see us posting, a million obscure characters, they're like, yeah, we gotta capitalize on some of this money because they're getting the character anyway. So let us do a version of them. And then once again, you're back to having options.
I do think the custom world does kind of push the license companies a bit, innovating and whatnot. They can see and look at what's going on in the custom world, and they might say, "Oh, we don't do that," but we know they do.
Yep.
They've admitted that they look at customs and stuff. So whether they're getting ideas or pushing, "Oh, I know we could do something like that. Let's do that, but with this character instead," or "Let's do this type of pose. I didn't know we could do this. Let's do it this way." And I think artists do that all the time. Anyways, they don't necessarily copy each other, but they'll get ideas from each other, and maybe improve on it, change something, tweak something. Whether it's statues, movies, comics, you name it. People get inspiration from other people. Rap,
Fashion. Yep.
Sneakers. I mean, you name it. Originality is very rare these days. It seems like in our culture, it does happen, and sometimes it's great, but sometimes being original sucks, and people don't like it because it's different. Because you see those people. Oh, well, it's not something we asked for, but there are people that want it. So.
Something else too, Jarhead. There's no way you can pay me enough money to believe if you and Dion work at a licensed company and Matt and I work, with customs or whatever, and we're all friends, we're all going out, we're talking. I know what you guys are working on, or you guys know what I'm working on, or there's no way, I'm working on this piece. I'm not gonna say, hey, Jarhead, what do you think about this? And you're not gonna weigh in and say, hey, tweak the cape, lower the eye, put a mask over the eyes. It's cross collaboration between the two, cross pollination, as they say.
Yeah, I agree, but I also find it kind of, there's some irony there when they like, what if me and you put out the same exact statue that they put out at around the same time?
Exactly.
Right? That's a little suspect.
Yeah, and it's happening more and more. What's up?
Yeah,
FPJ?
because it's that competition thing. What's up, FPJ?
What up, fellas?
What's up, man? Sorry, I don't know how long you were sitting backstage. I don't know if you, but because like the thing, it moves everybody down now. I don't know if you've seen that, but you can't tell if somebody's sitting there now. So
yeah, I've been held backstage for coming in late for a long time on different shows. I'm like, hello.
So I see the customs a little bit differently from what you guys said about that. It's like I appreciate the customs because it's like, for me it's like a tailor-made suit, right? You could get the suit on the inside, the pocket says Ralph Lauren, Pierre Cardin, or JCPenney, or whatever you want, whatever, right? There goes your licensed suit. But now if I went to Japan and I had one custom made for me, it's a little different. You know what I mean? There's something to be said about that.
So do you think it's okay? Would you consider that like copying or what?
Well, so no. Just in general, thinking I like the fact that the custom provides that unique rareness with a limited edition, right? And it's just that. It's what it says, custom, right? And so I appreciate that. And if you notice, a lot of customs, because of their uniqueness and rarity, their value increases a little bit better. Depends. Obviously every piece is different. But I think that's one of the beauties of customs versus licensed pieces. Not taking anything away from licensed pieces. I love licensed pieces too.
No, Matt, to your point, I posted 2 statues last week outside of our statue groups that just fit into something else. And I'm not exaggerating. I got 548 people that hit me up and asked me where I got it from. And I was
one of them, and you didn't hit me back.
I did. I thought
No, you
I did. My bad. I'm sorry, Matt. Well, now you know why. I literally got it was 548. And that has never happened with any licensed pieces I have ever posted.
Right. Yeah. So
real fast, I wanted to highlight a comment in the chat because it is so accurate. Nice guy says, "Happy Wednesday, best day of the week." So,
what's up, nice guy?
Halfway there. Oh yeah.
Hump day.
I don't know what Steve says is Tuesday is the best day of the week. I think Wednesday is definitely the superior day. So, but yeah, what do you think about FBJ? I don't know if you heard anything backstage what we were talking about. We were just kind of throwing out there, is copying the best form of, do you see it as copying? Do you see this statue as copying the original?
Well, you know what they say, man. Copying is the best form of flattery. So
I said the same.
This that's a loaded question. So twofold, right? I remember when I was younger and I was going to school, like 6, 7 years old. I remember I got my first pair of Jordans, right? And I was so hyped, man. I was like, yo, mom's bought me Jordans. I came to school. I was so hyped and everything like that. And then my boys was all hyped for me and stuff like that. And, I live in New York City. One of my homeboys, mad close, came up to me and then he reached down and then he lifted up my pant leg. I was like, yo, what you doing? He's like, yo, fam, those are Air Jordans. I said, what you mean Air Jordans? He's like, nah, man, them ain't Jordans. It's like, what you mean they ain't Jordans? It's like, yo, look at Jordan. Man. Look at Jordan right there. Why he got a gut? I said, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's wrong, man.
Yeah, I got laughed out so hard. Now, it's one thing, and then translating that into the statue game. I'm going somewhere. Just follow me for a second. It's one thing in a statue game, right? And the figures and art and all that stuff. I hate scammers, right? It's one thing when I think it's something and you pass something off to me that's not the piece, right? That I hate, the knockoff when I'm expecting the real thing and I get the fake thing. That I hate that. I hate scammers. I hate people try to give me knockoffs and all that stuff. That I hate.
That'd be a recast, basically, right?
But yeah, like I said, I'm going with somewhere. But it's different now when I know that the artist or whoever it is specifically is making something, because there are custom sneakers, there are custom statues, there are custom figures. When I know, because I have custom shoes, I have custom stuff around figures and stuff like that. If I know something is being made specifically for that the artist, right, is taking their time and say, hey, I'm going to make these kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sneakers that are Nikes, right? I'm going to take these Air Force Ones and I'm going to make it into something or whatnot, right? That's fine. I'm taking this Hush statue that I see here. Guess what? I'm going to take that creative license and I'm going to transform it and make it into something different. That I got no problem with, right? I can't afford that piece right there. I can't afford those, or even if you could afford it, because sometimes customs actually, depending on what it is, sometimes customs are worth more, right? And you're taking that and you're making it into something else. like I said, man, art is the best form of flattery because people do it all the time. That I have zero problem with. I do like and I give credit to when people actually give credit and say, "Hey, you know what? I seen Jarhead. He came up with the idea first, man. All shout out to Jarhead, man, for this beautiful piece, the original. And but you know what I'm saying? I took his idea and I'm making it into something different. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm adding something onto that. That's to me, you know what I'm saying? Bless that person who did it first. I shout out credit if I want to, because there's nothing wrong with credit. It's kind of, it's just there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? A shout out and all that stuff. I got no problem. Now, do I think it's wrong as far as like, man, you should have said something? You know what? I kind of, depending on what it is, to me that's a mixed bag. Yes and no. Because again, people do it all the time in the movie industries and everything.
So,
There's
but
there's
SBJ,
movies and
like,
stuff that has come out already. But
they
guess
can't
what?
give
I'm taking the
credit.
idea and I'm switching it, right? And sometimes I'm like, do I need to give this person credit? I mean, I got the idea from them, but
They
I'm
can't
taking
give
it.
credit though. It's a
I think that's
Inspired
the
by.
answer, though. That's the
Yeah,
answer.
I'm inspired. Thank you. Right.
There you go.
You inspired me.
That's-
Thank you.
But they
You
can't,
inspired
like,
me to
give-
do it.
But that's
they
the
can't
answer.
give
Just
credit,
give them a
though,
shout
to
out.
people
Yeah.
making
I got no. To
Yeah.
me, I think for me personally, if I'm doing something, I'm gonna give a shout out. That's me, right?
Yep.
And that's like one of those things. It's like when I teach my
But they
kids, I'm
can't
like,
give
there's
a
nothing
shout
wrong
out
with saying
either,
thank
though.
you. I teach
Yeah.
my kids that all the time. Do you have to necessarily say thank you or something like that? Not really.
But how do
But-
y'all think they're gonna give credit or give a shout out if there's customs and the commissioner and the sculptors and everybody want to remain anonymous? How is this shout out taking place?
This custom piece inspired. You ain't gotta say nothing. Just say this custom piece.
But like I said, depending on situations. Cause I know that's kind of difficult because I'm to me with that I'm split on the middle. I don't. Do I get upset if there's no shout out or anything like that? Not really. Because guess what? If I want it, I'm still gonna order it.
Yeah,
I'm still
there's
gonna
a
get
fan
it.
art out there that
You
just
know.
inspired us to come up with this or whatever. You know what I mean?
But this is what I say. This is what I say real quick, and then I'll pass it back on to you guys. What I will say though, because I agree with Dion. If it's unlicensed, that's hard to. But if you are a company, and I know companies who've done it, I'm not gonna name their names, but I know 2 or 3 statue companies that have done it, and I look back, they never gave a licensed companies. They never gave a shout out to the original artists or whatever. As far as like they took it from that comic artist or they took it from another statue or figure or something that they got. I'm like, dude, you're licensed. There is nothing wrong. You're a licensed company, and you're not gonna get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this big company, let's call it Prime One. I'm just using them because they're a big company. Prime One did a piece or whatnot of somebody who did a smaller person who did something different or whatnot, and I'm like, dude, Prime One, shout them out. Say, hey, this artist, blah, 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 inspired by so-and-so. I think the licensed companies, they definitely should. But if it's customs and stuff, I know that's going to be hard because sometimes you don't want the wrath coming down on you. Disney's like, thanks for the shout out, man, but
Now we shutting you down.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So that's
Well,
kind of difficult.
What's
See,
up,
that's what I
Daddy?
think is different because I would see licensed company versus licensed company. That's your direct competition. So I wouldn't give the shout out. But some like a custom piece, that's not necessarily your competition. So you can give the shout out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I guess it's a different perspective.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's hello Steve. Sometimes I think we overemphasize customs and license, whether it's custom or license piece. I know in the art community it's not like that, right? So you have people that will commission an artist to make them, hey, a Wolverine fighting Sabretooth, for instance, right? And Marvel didn't say that was okay, but there's no animosity towards that in the artistic field or that in that area. You know what I'm saying? You don't see people saying, "Oh, well, it's a recast or it's a unlicensed art variant." There's none of that. Everybody's, "Oh, that's cool. That's great art piece right there." We're the only ones that say, "Oh, it's a custom ill." Like,
Did we
how
say
dare
that?
you? So it just seems like something that Steve would say. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I can't say that word. EW.
Yeah. Ooh, it's ew.
Yuck.
How's your day going? I don't know if you heard any of what we were talking about earlier.
I was rushing home. I had to play with the cat, aka cat, and yeah, I just got
Pause.
done home.
Play with a
for-
cat.
Pause.
I worked 12, 14 hours today, so it was hectic, but it was good.
I-
Making that
I could
money.
have
Didn't
waited
take long
until
for-
after the show.
He didn't
Just
take long to
saying.
play with the cat.
Nope. I'm a 5-minute
It
baby.
was
so-
more
was
like
it 4 minutes?
five.
4 minutes?
Damn, 5
3.5
minutes.
Now get out of here.
3.5 minutes. A commercial break.
He said commercial break.
A commercial break.
What are your thoughts on this piece being so similar to the Prime One? Because I know in the past you've hated statues that they come out with like a bigger size of the Prime One statue, or smaller size, like they Prime One came out with a quarter scale instead of the 1/3, or variants. I know that kind of sometimes you didn't care for that, so I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on this statue in particular.
Yeah, man. I hate. I had to bring up his name tonight, but as much as everyone hates him, Rashid,
Oh.
he stirred me in the whole direction of the concept. They could have changed the concept with this thing. They could have had the same Superman, but had him do a different pose. But for me, I feel like 90 to 95% of the whole pose concept reflects the OG Superman. And I'm not saying license piece, I'm just saying the Superman piece. And to me, I'm not a fan of it. It's you guys could have done something else with the pose, both put his hands up, or one hand up, one hand down, or put the CMP logo up or something. Something a little bit more creative. I love to see the Superman do a different pose, the same sculpt and everything, but different pose. And to me, that would have been a little bit different. I don't think the cape is the same thing was with the Prime 1 quarter scale. It's not enough for me to say it's original. To me, it's a recast. But no, but I think I was hearing you guys earlier for a little bit. I was trying to hear you guys in the car, but got a call. But it's art is very deceptive to a lot of people. People think it should be this way, it should be that way, but it's are you buying the piece? Nah, then shut your mouth. Whoever
That's how I
buys
feel
the,
sometimes.
yeah, sometimes I feel like that too. It's just
Unfortunately, that's not the way this community works. Everybody
Yeah.
makes their opinion known in this community, whether it's good or.
Wait.
Hold up.
That was great timing. That was great timing.
I
I
know.
put my hand up before you even.
That was
Yeah,
great timing.
I already know.
We're specifically talking about Dion. Dion's the one that has to have his thoughts are out at all times.
Is Diane over somebody else's crib? Or is that
know,
a
right?
a
I
fake
thought you said,
background?
perpetrating or something.
That's a fake
Dang.
background? Put your hand behind you. Let me see.
Yeah.
That's a fake background. That ain't real, man.
Background.
What?
It's just that he's used to the Magnetos. We don't see a Magneto back there.
No.
We
I
didn't
do
realize
have
he
more than
collected anything
Magneto
else besides
statues.
Magneto.
That's what I'm saying.
I do have a few more than just Magneto statues.
But yeah, I get what everybody's I get where everybody's coming from. You too, Steve.
Thanks,
But
Robert.
no problem. But I don't know, man.
That base is different, though, right? That base is different.
Yeah, it's to
It's
some
not
people,
exactly the
it's-
same. It's not a
To
copy.
some people, it's too much like it, right? And then some people, it's just enough different that it justifies it. So, it's interesting. I just wanted to have this topic because I put the title of this Hush Killer on purpose because I know people were like, it's too close to the original, and I know other people were like, oh, it's too much. It's enough
intended
different
to be
that it's
close
not
to
copied.
Hush.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's the overall intention. You know what I mean?
But you know how y'all were saying it's little differences or subtle differences. Sometimes that one or two little differences make all the difference in the world. Because I feel a certain type of way about both the statues, but it's one difference that makes me 100% lean towards one over the other.
Mhm.
That's
So
the cape.
why would you, for this particular piece, why would
cape?
you buy the cape over Hush?
The cape
Yeah.
did it for me.
I agree. I'm the
As soon as
same
I saw that cape,
cape.
I was like Kucherik. That popped in my head, and I was
Mhm.
like, I would grab this all day.
Yep, I
Mhm.
was on board with the cape as well. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, since we're already in that mindset, let's just hop into it.
Because even if you do try to copy one to one, it's not really gonna be as good as the original, right? So
But this is not the first Superman custom to come out to sort of resemble Hush, though.
At
yeah,
all. Yep.
but it's
At
not
all.
gonna be. But it's not like they're trying to do a knockoff, trying to make it exactly the same, right?
But why do we think that? Why do we think that it's not going to be as good? I think maybe if they improved it, it's better, right?
Right. Well, that's what I meant. Sorry, wrong wording. What I meant was it's not going to be exactly the same. There's going to be variations and differences, right? What I mean as far as like that's what that is, and it could be better. But I'm just saying it's not going to be. That's what I mean. The variations it's going to be different. It's like they're trying to make a copy, but there'll be differences. Paint, stuff. It's not going to be
Texture.
the exact. Yeah. So I'm like it's not going to be an exact one to one to the point where it's just like, wait, I can't tell the difference.
Maybe some cross hatching, something.
So they actually did quite a few different interesting things with this statue. I think they added a Henry Cavill, or however you pronounce it, head. I think this fits. It's weird, but it fits this statue. I don't know why.
I agree.
That's a Henry Cavill portrait.
Yeah,
somebody's like, I feel like so many people screw up his portrait. I couldn't tell that was Henry Cavill.
Me either.
Yeah,
it looks comic-y. I like it
It's
though.
nice. Yeah, I like it. I didn't get Henry
You can't
Cavill
just
at
put a
all.
clef on any guy's chin and say that's Henry Cavill.
I almost got like modern day Tom Welling before I got like Henry Cavill.
I mean, I would say it's better than some of the licensed statues that had come out though. So
it's a dope portrait. I just didn't get Henry.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't dislike the portrait though, like you said.
But by the way, the ones that are lit up actually have a light up feature in the eyes too. So that's another step that they took versus the Prime one.
So they are doing extra steps to try and set themselves apart. It seems like, right? Like they don't want to just be considered as a complete copy, which I can respect that, I guess.
So, and then this was the different switch out for the hand.
I like
that's
that.
badass, man.
Man, this is dope. I'm sorry. This is dope.
Yeah, I'd buy it just for that.
You had me at the cape, man.
That's bad. And I think the whole arm out too, like all that whole thing is just badass. I don't even collect DC, and I'll probably buy it.
Comic Galaxy.
The base is more interesting for sure. The base is better, I believe.
What is it though? Like I don't know what it is though.
We'll get in close shots of it.
Yeah, I like the base better on this.
Random Korean asked, would anyone who pre-ordered the Hush cancel for the custom?
I have it on pre-order, and I'm thinking about getting this too on top of that. Both of them.
Yeah, I don't think you need them both though. Like if you have the 1/3 Hush, that's different. But I don't.
Dion.
No, I know, right? Piggy, come on, Piggy. Can you believe he just said that? Can you believe he said that?
Why do you need so many Supermen? Why do you need so many Supermen?
A plethora of Magneto.
Wait, man. So like, Magneto's my favorite character, right? Like, Wolverine is Jarhead's favorite character, but Superman is not. So what's the point of having so many different Supermen?
So Dion, do you have more than 2 of another character?
Come on, man. I got like 16 Magneto.
Yes. We all know this question.
I answered your question. Yes.
You already knew the answer to that. I was loaded. You already knew the answer.
Well, you asked it. You were the one that said it.
So how I envision displaying this, I would want to have both Supermen because somebody's going to be in the middle of both of them. I'll just leave it at that.
I know who.
I don't know. Tell me.
Dark Side.
That would be hot. Okay. Now I see you getting both of them.
And to me, the statues are different enough.
And
especially if I change to this pose.
Directions.
Yeah. Yep. And the capes are going in different directions, right?
To me,
that would be a badass display.
Dope.
So that's how I pictured it in my mind. But to me, they're different enough to just justify it to myself.
I wanted
Um,
to mention Comic Galaxy's comment right quick, where he said Prime One stole that Superman concept from Jim Lee and didn't even know where they took it from. Prime One can get upset about they can't get upset about someone copying art that they stole. And that's the point that we were making earlier.
Yeah,
Really, if you
that's
think about
I
it,
know. Yep,
there's
100% right.
even as scripture says, there is nothing new under the sun. Every
Yep.
idea is recycled and recycled
Yeah.
and recycled.
Right.
So
Yep.
This wasn't even
Not
this
just
wasn't
in the
Hush
statue
though, was it?
world.
This wasn't even
no,
in Hush, right?
originally
Batman.
it wasn't Hush. It was a
Right,
different
it's something
comic
else. Yeah,
panel.
they're in Hush.
Licensed companies do all
So-
the time. Big companies.
So that's copying too, right? That'd be
Yeah.
copying.
Yeah.
If I'm copying art from a panel, that's copying another artist, right?
Yep.
Yep, all day.
And they don't
You're
give
getting
credit.
you're getting an idea from that panel or piece of art. So
I don't know.
you
Sideshow. I got to walk back a little bit. Sideshow does give credit. So they've done that before, where they've given credit of where the piece was inspired from. I could take the Conan Fury of the Beast. They didn't even say it on the book or what comic book it came from. So some do.
And that's what we were saying with FBJ is dope when you give that credit, like
Right.
inspired by.
That, and I think that sets a lot of things apart. That gives you more. I think that gives
I
you
respect
and the
that.
piece more respect, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, man.
I want to say to Jose too. I know, I'm with him too, but I know for a fact there because I buy a lot of comics and I know a lot of the artists from what I read and stuff like that, and Artist Alley, and I've spoken to some of them. There's this I'm not gonna blow up the company, but there's this one artist. I'm not gonna name the artist, but there's one artist. I have a graded comic of this artist that he did something and it blew up and it made him kind of like famous for this artwork on the comic that he did. He was like an up and coming. Now he's pretty big or whatnot, and I'm in one of his groups, and this company, the statue company, made a piece that was an exact copy of his comic cover. It was a variant of a comic that he did. It was exact one. He was going off, and everybody in the group chat was like, "Man, they should have gave you," because somebody put it in the group. It's like, "Look at this statue of your art or whatever." It's like they should have shouted you out, and then the artist was getting all like, "Yeah, man." It was like, "Did they reach out to you?" And the artist was like, "No, they never reached out to me to use my idea and all this other stuff. It would have been nice if they gave me credit." Da da da. It was a big thing, and I was like, "Wow!" And when they showed it or whatever, for those backstage, I can tell you about it, but I don't want to like blow it up on the air. But when I seen that, I was like, "Wow!" That opened my. This was like 2-3 years ago, and that opened my mind. This is when I just started getting into the statue game and stuff like that, and I was like, "Wow!" And he was so upset. He was like, "Because that was my artwork. Yes, they used it to reference it." He was like, "They could have at least shouted me out and said inspired by," or they because that's what they said. It was like they just copied this piece and made it into a statue, and and I'm like, look, like I said, their license it was approved. So I mean, the least that the license company could do is like, "Hey, yo, shout out to this artist who did this comic or whatnot," even if you don't get a piece of the pie because the licensor approved them, but still.
Inspired by work from.
Yeah, I mean that's you kind of copy and stole his idea. Like, hey,
real fast, Dion does have too many Magnetos.
No, I don't.
It's like I'll never have enough.
Like,
I got one more coming and then I'm done, I think.
He gets everyone
Yeah.
but the one
Hey,
I've been
he's
begging
got
him.
one more
We don't believe you.
And he's done. Everybody.
Then I'm done with Magneto for
And
a
I've been
while.
begging him to get the.
but do you
LBS
need
one,
another Magneto?
and he refuses.
Well, this particular one, yes, I do need that one.
Just get the LBS one, man.
Nah, man. The one I got
Oh.
coming is way better. The custom one is way better.
When he's sitting on the Sentinel head.
Yes, with the hands
Okay.
coming out like that.
Okay,
That's way better.
it's comparable. That's
No,
fine.
it's way better. After
Wait
I
a
get
minute.
that, I'm good.
The one that I have? Is
The
that
one
what
that
we're
I
talking
got
about?
that I put on PO way before you did.
Nah, that's
Come
not
on
true.
now, everybody
We-
knows I probably had that on PO way. Before.
You weren't even in that group when I was in that group, so I don't
I
want to
was
hear
in
it.
that group.
No, there's no
I'm
way.
the one that introduced you to the group.
No, you did not. Good try. But yeah, let's go. through the
Speaking of
pictures again.
copying, look. Speaking of copying,
Yeah.
What happened to Steve?
That is
he
on
had a call.
Oh,
So here's a different angle.
What do
Also
you
a
guys
different
feel
head
about
sculpt.
the engineering though? With like, it looks like he's on like a tippy toe or something, right?
Well, it looks like he's kind of landing, right? You know how he was.
I think it looks like to me like he's floating there, being
Yeah, it
pissed off.
looks like he's rising to me.
That might be tough.
I like it. I only had one critique of it, and I hope like again, this is just a render. You guys said the cape was what did it. I like cape too. Don't get me. I love the cape, but looking at the material, I just hope it's not. It comes out like resin as opposed to plaster.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean instead of like you
So
think it'll look plastic without like?
no, I said plaster. Like look at
okay.
if you do a zoom in on, which I doubt. I mean, knowing the guys that are doing it, I think they'll make sure the quality's on par. Again, it's just a render. If you close up on the cape, it's got that the detail looks like how when you wrap like you break your arm, you get a cast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like plaster, right? Versus smooth resin. My preference would be smooth resin, but who knows?
I'm a texture person, so I can't get enough texture.
That looks so good, man.
Pause.
For real.
Well, yeah, pause on that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like I think this I don't know. I like this pose a lot. Like it's different enough to where it's different enough.
I think
I would
this
like to have
is
seen his
amazing.
other hand open though in this pose.
I like it, man. That's
I like it like it
like
is.
just
Yeah.
like open, or
Yeah, just kind of like this.
I kind
The
of
other
like
hand.
it
No,
like
I like
that,
it like
to
it
be honest.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it like it is.
Me too. It's clean.
The fact that
So
I'm
I don't know
considering
if you guys have noticed the base has changed too. There's swap outs
Oh,
to
I
the
didn't
base as
notice that.
well.
Yeah, I like
could
that.
not tell.
I didn't see a different base. Let me see.
Yeah, the base
Anyone
is
have a
different.
base?
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
changed a
tell
few-
that it's different.
It's changed a few times actually. So this one had the
Oh,
JLA
Justice League
symbol.
on it.
This one has the eagle, and then it's got Superman emblem
Oh,
on it.
that's dope.
Oh, so it's like different emblems, I guess you could put on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
this is good because I have never considered buying Hush nor any like the only larger scale Superman I have is the Red Sun Superman because that's the only representation I wanted in a larger scale. And the more I look at this and I'm checking out like different aspects of this statue, I actually kind of low key want it a little bit. So that's how I know this is it's set apart from the Hush for sure. Because although I think the Hush is a banger of a statue, is won every award that we have in our community. I love it. It was just never for me, but with this one, I'd actually consider it. So it's
To
definitely,
me, it seems like this one's got more presence to it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And like I said, it's a render. And when we print it out, we'll probably get a better idea because I'm a video guy. I can see 360 and all that stuff. But to me, I feel like, and I'm using the term correctly, unlike how Mr. X, hates it. The presence is, he has something about him. He's imposing, with also elegance, if that makes sense.
So like the pose with the arm out and the cape is like, so the Hush pose in general is like a commanding pose, right?
Yeah.
So, but the way that they put the arm out with the cape, I feel like it's even more commanding than the Hush. It's like if you see him, it's like I don't really want to mess with that guy. You know what I mean? Like I just get a sense of like his strength. It's like it's sort of regal, sort of like kind of what you said a little bit. I don't know, man. The piece is badass. I really think Hush can't really mess with, as long as they execute it properly, which I believe they will.
The commissioner, I think it will be up to a standard. So let's put it that way.
I definitely agree with that. See, I don't know. See, I think with the Prime 1 Hush where he's looking down, that has a lot of elegance and grace to it, right? It has to me that right. So that has a lot of, and I'll use it probably presence with grace, yet humble power, with his head down. You know what I mean? That's a tough pose to beat.
This is another head sculpt.
Now that is too
I like
Hush, like
I like
to me.
This one looks like the newer Hush one.
Yes, that is
the
like
older,
a carbon copy of the Hush.
the
New
older
Hush.
one didn't have this head, but the newer one does. But it's
They
definitely
should
more.
they should not put that up there. No,
I
that
agree.
just looks like a blatant disrespect.
I agree.
Is this
Yeah.
is this piece cheaper than the license? As far as what you could get now on
Hell
They
yeah,
have
you know how much
They haven't
that
priced
shit
it yet.
costs?
they haven't
It's
come
gonna
out with
be
the
though.
they haven't come out with the pre-order yet.
Okay.
price
We
yet.
know it's gonna be. Come on, like Hush is still going for like almost $2,000.
So
I know, that's what I'm
I like
saying.
this pose a little bit more because he's looking up, like kind of like what the direction of the cape. I like the mad one too, the angry one, but I also like this as well.
I think
I'm a
looking
s-
down says a lot.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for swap outs. That's my thing. It like for me, I don't choose. There's maybe one company, but I don't choose license over custom. You know, on anything. If the custom gives me better options and it looks great, you know, I'm like, shoot, I like my swap outs. I'll take this.
So Ramo says the
Options.
presence of the Hush 1/3 is unreal. If I didn't have it, I would have considered this custom. The prime is hard to beat unless you copy it. So I don't know, man. There's just something about that stance, right? The way he's in the air, just kind of, it's intimidation, it's
commanding stance.
grace, it's
Right.
it's a lot, you know.
It's a good statue.
Man, see, from every angle you get different.
Every angle.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Every angle is
Yeah.
bad.
I'm actually kind of looking away because I'm talking myself out of.
So another thing a lot of people didn't realize too, the texture on the suit is a bunch of Superman symbols.
Yep.
What? I never.
That's hot.
Okay, wait. What? Oh man,
That's hot.
That's the texture on the suit. It's
I
the
would have
symbol
never
for
seen
Superman.
that.
Yeah.
Now you got to get it, Dion.
I thought that was a dope touch, you know.
Mhm.
It
Wait,
is.
doesn't Superman like have different emblems like Batman? I don't know much about DC guys, but
It's
Don't you-
changed over the years. There are a couple
Okay.
of variations.
they
of
should
it.
offer like different emblems or something.
But then you got to change it out in the chest, and people would probably complain if there is some type
Oh,
of
it's a
space.
seam or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
or a gap.
That'll be hard to execute. I think that's why maybe they did it on the base where you kind of have some switch out options to
Yeah.
use emblem or not.
So this is a closer look at the base. One slab has the native language, and the other one has English. Kind of like the story of Superman. Basically explains, he was sent from Earth, from the dying planet of Krypton as a baby. Kal-El grew up with the radiation of Earth's yellow sun, giving him extraordinary powers, which he kept hidden. Now fully grown, he uses his powers to protect the adopted world as Superman. The Man of Steel is virtually invulnerable and has the powers of super strength, super speed, and flight. He also has enhanced senses, including heat vision, X-ray vision, super hearing, and super cold breath.
All right, Jarhead, you sold it. I mean, as soon as you showed it in the Krypton, as soon as I saw it in the Kryptonian writing, I was like, all right,
That should be in marble. Is that
That's so
accurate
dope.
to a comic or something? Like, I feel like this should be marble, but
Marble,
I
stone.
don't know.
It's all
I
symbolic.
just think that
Hey, Jarhead's
because
gonna
like
be,
with the storytelling bases that are coming out, like you can't tell me that wouldn't look good if it was marble.
but I think this is dope and different,
the stone.
especially with it being in Kryptonian. I could see
Yeah.
Jarhead on the phone tonight, like, yeah, I got a few more on the hook. Cut that commission check.
Don't be throwing my business out there.
He's trying to get some free pieces, man.
Yeah, he's like, I'm 2 sales
Anyways,
away,
let's talk about the statue, okay? Let's talk about the statue.
2 sales away from Darkseid. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I like that.
You should Photoshop that display. So I would love to see the way that shit looks.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the
It's gonna be
Superman.
bad. It's gonna be so good.
This is the backside of the base,
What?
which has got the Justice League.
Dude.
Nice. I like that.
Oh, is my boy Martian Manhunter back there? Oh man,
Yeah.
man.
Yep,
And then
right there.
Then they egging me on in the chat. Ramo, buy it, Piggy. You always have room.
True. You do always have room.
The question I was asked earlier, the older version of Superman has a simpler version of S, where the modern version has the S in a more symbolized symbol. I guess that's what he was trying to say.
Now the other side, is that an eagle? Oh yeah.
Yes, but
I like that.
It's swappable.
I like that though. Yeah.
So you got the eagle, you got
Does
the
that
Superman
work?
symbol.
Both symbols. Yeah. The eagle represents
Swappable.
you know, the
Swappable.
American.
Hey, thank you, Sir Jose, for bringing me back down to earth, reminding me it's still just a render.
So this is the backside. I don't think the Prime One has the S on the back, right?
No, it does not. The new one might, but the 1/3 does not. I don't think.
Man,
Right, now I'm considering.
man.
I just don't. I
telling
just
you.
hope that they don't offer that portrait.
They're gonna offer it.
I mean, they would. I mean, I don't see why not. It's not that
You don't
bad.
have to use it. You just
No,
throw it
I
in the
don't
drawer.
dislike it. I just feel like it's a blatant disrespect because it is a carbon copy of the Prime 1/4.
I don't
To
think
be
so.
fair, to be fair,
Pull it up.
Prime One copied Jim Lee's art too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that young portrait Jim Lee?
yeah, it's Jim Lee. That's where they got it from. It even says it on. It even says it on the
I thought-
announcement. It's
I
Jim
thought
Lee.
Jim
It's
Lee
Jim Lee art.
was the older one, but not the young one.
It's got the
Listen, this statue sculpt is inspired by Hush.
yeah, it is.
Oh, Ramos says it has the. One of them do not have the S though.
It might be the one. We'll get to that.
It's
I like the
leg.
veins. Yeah, this
Yeah.
has got some light up on it, and the veins around the eyes. I think it's a dope
Yeah, I like that.
touch.
I like that portrait.
I like the cowboy.
I really like that they give you a looking up pose, just in case, you know.
Oh man,
Make it
I like
angular.
that one too.
Man, these are nice.
He was a
No,
little
I
cross-eyed.
don't like that one. He looked.
Wait,
cross-
is the one looking up?
This is the one looking up.
He
Yeah.
looking everywhere.
Yeah, no, they gotta fix that.
When
He looked
I,
like Zeus.
when I see it head on, I don't care for it. But when I see it on the statue looking up, like I like it better. But you're right. This is probably the weakest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
But I think on the statue when he's looking up, it looks better. But you're
See,
not
I don't-
actually seeing squared up on his face.
I don't like my Superman with a thick neck. I don't know
was
if you guys ever
thinking the
noticed
same
that,
thing.
right?
I thought the same thing, man.
Right?
I did.
It's like Sideshow's got the one where he's got a thick neck. You know, I'm like,
I don't like that Alex Ross thick neck.
Well, I mean, I don't mind traps, but I don't the neck itself, when the neck is lined with the ears, it's just a little.
Man, it was just how you
Straight
said it,
down.
Matt. Like, man,
Yeah, I don't like
So-
thick.
his neck just too thick, man. Get him out of here.
Now we have the Prime One Hush. Obviously, this is the core scale, the new one that just came out with the updated head. And they did. I think they improved it. The original, right? They made some different paint apps, some cross hatching. So they did improve the original design on the statue as well. So I mean, technically, isn't that what they did to their own statue too? They improved it, like
It looks boring next to the custom. It really does.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
the base is really there's nothing there, right?
Yeah, it just looks. It's just kind of there.
I don't know. I like it. I still like it. It looks subtle.
I mean, I like it, but if you put it like the picture side by side the way you had it a minute ago, I think it's boring next to the custom.
Yeah, I know. Well, I would agree because of the texture and the color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the texture and the color make a huge difference. Obviously. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the portrait. The portrait
Mad portrait.
Yeah, I've never liked the portraits on it.
This is that head that you were talking about earlier, right, Matt, where he's looking down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like the one where he's looking down.
I mean, both give you options. The custom gives you more options.
Mm-hmm. I like the
Smart
cape on
man
this.
on
I like the
man.
flow of the cape
Smart
on
man.
this.
I mean, in the audience, smart man.
Hey, Piggy's making comments in the chat, everybody. Then I need the dark side too. Then all the everybody else from that line.
Yeah, man.
Then
I have
go
no
down that
spots.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, I have no spots for that because
For that
everybody's
dark
trying to get me
side?
to grab it. Yeah,
You don't have to do the line, man.
nah. If they come
I
out with a
don't do
granny
lines.
goodness,
Yeah, I need
but,
that line, man.
man, if they come out with a granny goodness, I gotta get a granny goodness. And then the
Yeah.
next thing you know, I had a whole Planet of Apocalypse, and I no longer have a couch in my living room because it's a statue display area.
Piggy, I'm down the same path, man.
What do you guys think about
He
this
said I
cape?
no
compared-
longer have a couch.
What do you think about this cape compared to the custom?
Boring.
Jarhead, you knew what you were doing when you showed that custom cape first, because now this
Right? I
this is
told
like
you it's boring.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is cute. It's cute.
I like it. I like it.
But you know it's crazy though. The original Prime one, the 1/3, I like that cape though how it flowed to the side. But when I saw the quarter scale, I like this one better.
I
But
did
now I'm
too.
back to liking the flowing to the side more.
I did. Yes,
I-
I agreed.
I don't know if it's just the design of the custom cape, but like I said, the quarter scale, I liked this cape better than the original, but now I like the custom one more.
Man, that custom one blows this out.
Your
the
river
water.
got rocks.
Yeah.
Flow goes different every which way.
I mean, this is a decent cape. If
He
this
look
was
real,
the
like,
only if this was the
stubby
only
right there.
option.
From that angle.
Yeah, his legs did
Well,
look
this-
a little stubby.
So this does
Yeah.
have it on the back. So I'm wondering if it's the 1/3. Is the 1/3 that doesn't have it on the back?
I think Rambo, who was it? Somebody just said that the 1/3 does have it. I thought one of them did not have it though.
Am I thinking of the sideshow one that doesn't have it?
Rambo, do you actually have the 1/3, or you just guess?
Now, Astro has that side showing with the Kucheric Brothers cape with the like the clouds at the bottom, and
Yeah.
that's a dope statue.
That does
That's
not
a-
have the S though, right? On the cape.
I don't think it does.
There you
Okay.
go. That's it right there. That's a tough
That
pose
is
to
that
beat,
is
man.
the look right there. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just says a lot, like on his face. You know what I'm saying? That is the look if you're gonna have that piece.
Yeah. So this one's got 3 portraits. I think the custom has 6.
And sometimes
Plus all-
customs a little overboard with the number. of
Yeah,
portraits
it
they
does.
got.
Well,
but still,
But you like that, like FBJ said, like the more options, the better. That'll pull a few people in right there because they may hate all 5 portraits and then they get to that 6th one and they like, oh man,
They like
this
it.
is
I mean, that's true.
the question I have is with the custom, are you going to have the option for all 3 bases, or you have to pick one?
It's an
No,
attachment thing that comes
it's
off.
an attachment. It's a switch out.
Ooh, oh, okay,
Oh,
I didn't catch
that's
that.
Ooh.
Does that change your mind?
Matt's gonna PO it.
Right.
No, I'm like Jarhead. I've got, you know what I'm saying? I'm like Jarhead. I got, I might get them both because there's two different ways of doing it. You know what I mean? I'd have
Yeah.
you could have one with the Trinity and one with, a dark side or something
Yep.
else or whatever. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Options.
What,
Yes,
what do you
sir.
guys think about the paint on this and like I know the other one is not printed and it's not the full statue, but like the coloring and the cross
Hatching.
hatching and all that stuff on here compared to the different on the other one.
Is you talking about the other, like the 1/3?
Yeah, the texture, the texture of the custom one versus this one.
Zoom in a little bit.
I love the texture on the custom one better.
Yeah, same. I don't know. I like the cross hatching or whatever, but I like the texture on the custom better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So real fast before we get into the actual verses, I do have a curveball, if you will, because every time we do a versus, I gotta throw a curveball in there, right? So while you guys patiently wait,
I'm impatiently responding to Vegas smartass comment.
That cape that we saw in the custom, the only one that I've ever saw look that good on the Superman one is the actual Kucheric that Astro got from Sideshow.
Can you see this?
DC. Yep.
Another challenger has entered the fray.
Thick neck.
That cape though, man. That cape.
So I like what Matt calls the thick neck. The
You
older,
like the thick
older
neck?
No. But the older portrait looks better on this piece because his body is already like
Thick.
yeah, it's like a stocky dad bod or something. I guess I don't know what you want to call it.
Dark,
But I feel
like Dark Knight.
I feel like the older portrait looks better with that statue, I think.
All right, so we're gonna compare this one as well. I know it's not the same pose, but relatively all came out around the same time. A lot of people love this one. It's their definitive Superman as well. So I kind of wanted just to throw this in there just to see how it would do against the other two.
So I can't call that necessarily a Hush killer, but I do love the artistic design behind this whole thing. The exaggerated cape, I feel like it's really original and it's a badass piece. I wouldn't compare it to Hush.
Yeah,
but for what it is, it's nice.
Jose says that Superman is whack.
I like it, man.
Whack.
Mayman says, nah, this shit ain't even close.
No, it's not a Hush killer at all.
Do you think
I wanted to throw this in here to see what everybody thought about it because I know there are people in the community that think that this is a better Superman than Hush.
I love this.
I don't think it's better than Hush. I do. Like I said, I like it. I appreciate the artistic design behind it, but is he gripping the cape in that?
No.
It's
That's the way it looks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there was another custom Jarhead. Did you? Another custom Hush similar. Did you get that one?
I didn't put that in here.
But you know
which
right?
one you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
I used to have that one actually.
Well, no, I'm talking about the one where he's gripping the cape.
No, I know what you're talking about. The one that's the custom that look like Hush.
Right.
How many Superman statues you see flying though? You know, I like the originality. This is different. Flying? Flying up in the air like this?
Oh, like
I'm not
that,
talking about
like that.
hovering. Nah, I'm not talking about hovering or stoic.
Flying this probably is the only one.
That's what I'm saying.
Really
you know?
Oh, Piggy, who did that? I think Diamond Select did a Jim Lee where he was landing. Was it Diamond Select?
I think it was. Yep.
Right? A 1/6 piece?
Seam next to his neck like that?
There's a big old gap here in his.
Is that normal?
So
this is in hand picture. So
I love the portrait, the paint, and the cape on this one. And as FBJ said, the fact that he's like in motion. I actually love this. I know it gets a lot of hate. I don't know if it's because it's Sideshow.
I like it. I don't know why it gets hate either, to be honest with you.
I love this piece. When I was mentioning that Astro had did an unboxing, and when he was turning the statue around and he kind of zoomed in on the cape, I actually thought about it for a second. So yeah, this is a dope Superman.
I think a lot of people what people love the most about this statue is that cape, right?
Yeah.
And I think on the custom you get that.
Mm-hmm. And see, the reason why the custom wins out for me over this one is because that initial pose that you showed where he had the heat vision eyes, and then he had the one fist balled up and the hand pointed out. That did it for me. That was the pose.
It kind of combines this statue and Hush
with the I agree.
D-Flex asked, did anybody have any issues with this statue? I haven't heard anything. Have you guys?
I think I heard one or two people when it first came out maybe complain about how the cape went into the groove around the neck piece or whatever, but that's about it. It was not a lot of noise at all.
Yeah. Jose says his cape looks like bed covers.
A fitted sheet.
It does
Came in
look
kinda
like
big.
that. I'm never gonna be able to unsee that.
Egyptian cotton, man.
Cape is kind of big.
10,000
Uh,
thread count.
Red
It,
cow.
look,
I
it looks
mean,
dope. It looks dope right there for
I
sure.
mean,
Yeah,
technically, it was, supposed to be his bed cover from when he was in the when he was flying over
Yeah.
to Earth. So technically, it is.
So yes, Jose, it is.
Oh
Piggy,
my god.
Piggy, what was that? What was that movie where they wrapped you up in the dog? That they lived in the
Yeah.
sewer. The aliens lived in the sewer and they wrapped you up.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking
Isn't that
about.
the Killer Clowns?
No, come on, man. What's that movie? Glass Joe. Joe, what was the name of that movie?
Chud.
No,
Is it
it was
Chud? No, not
with the
Chud.
girl, the blonde head chick from man, Joe, either Joe or Normal though.
So
Yeah, Toxic Avenger.
I guess I was thinking of this statue that didn't have the Superman on the back.
Yeah, it's that one.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's still dope though.
it's 'cause
Although
it's
now
like-
I'm seeing
you
the
know why?
fitted
Because it's
sheet.
his bed sheet.
Yeah, I'm like, now I'm
Yeah.
only seeing the fitted
It's his comforter. He didn't have the S on it.
You can have Superman sheets.
G Moya
Wow.
said this Superman piece is just epic. His flying pose
Oh man,
is in out all his glory.
that's gonna drive me bananas.
I mean, I like it. I ain't gonna say it's epic, but I do like it a lot.
Yeah, I love the originality, man. Like I said, something different than the standard Superman pose, stoic or hovering.
It looks
Up and
really
away.
different in different people's pictures, though.
You thinking about the Conjuring, Matt?
No, it was like they cocoon, like they wrapped you up like a cocoon. And it's in the subway with the what's her name?
Are you talking about a movie or in
Yeah.
real life? Oh,
Mimic. Was it Mimic?
Mimic was with that bug or something. People came out the bug and they like a doppelganger or something.
So here they all are side by side.
Put the one with his arm out because that's the one that does it.
So I don't have.
No, it's not a fair challenge.
Yeah, it was Mimic.
Yeah, Mimic with the bug.
So
it's a bug or something.
Are we in agreement that this one needs to go?
Yes.
Yes, we are definitely in agreement with that one.
Sideshow just can't catch a break.
So we have.
I like
Prime
Sideshow's
One.
other brain. I would prefer the Superman that Sideshow did with the where he had Brainiac's head. Remember that one? But the only thing I didn't like about it was mixed media with the cape.
Yeah.
So it's funny, right? It's kind of weird. So I feel like without his arm out like that, I kind of like Hush better.
Yeah, I need the arm out.
Yes, without the arm out, I need the Hush is better.
is the are they both 1-4, or
Yeah.
one is 1?
Well, they're working on interest list right now. It might end up being 1/3
Oh man,
as
it
well.
one,
Like
yeah,
the,
1/3's
the
too big for me.
two
Yeah,
options.
it need to be
It's-
1/4.
it's going to say you can either order quarter scale or 1/3. So there's going to be two different orders.
Ah,
so you can
okay.
get quarter scale or 1/3. So he's just seeing the interest right now to see if there's enough interest for the 1/3 yet. It kind of looks like there is going to be, but we'll see.
Jarhead, do you have a clip of him with the first pose that you showed with the arm out?
Yeah, the arm out is what you need to put up.
If you already did this and that takes too long, then
No, I can do it real fast. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
because I think that gives
It
that
changes
gives-
the whole
yeah
damn
dynamic of that.
Yes. Easy.
Talk amongst yourselves. It reminds me of Saturday Night Live when they would do the old Yiddish ladies, and she'd be like, "I give you a topic."
That's what I
Butterfly.
said, Glass Joe. That Mimic is about the bugs in the sewer, but it turns into a person or something.
Matt's still investigating.
I asked Matt that same-
No.
He's like, I will find
I was
this.
just,
It
I was
could be
just
Mimic
responding.
or Vibarium.
No, no, it was. So I was thinking of Mimic, where they would had the wings. It was like a moth, and they'd wrap the person up. So it was 97 with Mira Sorvino. That's what I was thinking about.
I don't see it.
I forgot about that.
It had the giant bug in the sewer.
Yeah, no, I remember the movie.
It had the Rock in it too, right? Didn't it? Wasn't the Rock in it?
No, the Rock wasn't in
The
that
Rock.
movie.
He was wrestling back then, man.
Okay, we got two different Rocks because y'all young.
Oh, you talking about the black dude, the bald head?
Right.
That Rock. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
They both black dudes with bald heads.
Yeah, well, I know you're talking about, man.
Charles
Dutton.
Yes.
Dutton.
Yes, thank
I'm
you.
talking about Charles Dutton. Charles Dutton.
He was also the coach in Rudy. Y'all watch Rudy the
You
football.
talk about the Rock from Alien 3.
Right, Charles Dutton. When he had a show called The Rock.
Yeah. I used to watch it.
Okay.
See?
Yeah, you're right.
He used to be married.
We thought you were talking about Dwayne Johnson.
That's what I thought too.
Y'all some youngins, man.
Nah, but it's been a while since somebody mentioned my boy, man, from back then, The Rock.
There we go.
Really?
Yeah, this
I thought Sideshow's Bishop looked like The Rock.
Now
Charles
make it bigger.
No, Bishop looks like Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bishop does look
100%.
Like Terry Crews.
I can see that.
He looked like Bald Bull too on that Mike Tyson video game.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that?
I can see that.
The boxing.
I can see that. But he still looks like Charles Dutton to me too. Yeah.
Okay, now it's
Okay,
a
Rock.
Hush killer.
Right.
But I do love your idea, Jarhead, like getting both of these and putting that dark side in the middle.
Yeah, that would be hot. That would be badass.
My idea, Dion.
I'm not.
You already know. Diane's gonna be like, "Welcome to my room." 10 minutes before Jarhead drops.
So yeah,
I love them both.
Nah, I'm not getting that.
I mean, to me, like the quarter scale is great and it had its day, but when I look at this custom piece, man, it's just there's something more about it. Like, it's similar. It's similar, but they added enough that's different. You know.
I hate to have you do it. Put the one where he's looking down, though.
The Hush looking down.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, they're very similar, but it's kind of
from the base.
To me, the prime one, when he's looking down, it's a whole different statue for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he's looking straight, it's cool. It's this, it's that. But when he's looking down, it takes it to another level.
I would agree with that. I still don't think it takes it to a high enough level to beat this custom, but it does something extra to the statue when he's looking.
So,
down.
But even the custom one has that though, you know.
Well, there we have
it. Does it? I didn't see that. I saw that.
There's 6 portraits, and one of them is he's looking down, kind of similar to the Hush one too.
Right.
Same pose.
I mean, I like the custom for a lot of different reasons, right? Because the switch outs, the light up, it's a different color.
The texture of the suit.
Texture of the suit, the cape. It's enough to say I can't say it's a killer because Prime was still the OG. And
that hidden Easter egg is pretty cool. I'm a sucker for like those. Like I like Easter eggs on bases and stuff like that. Tell a story. That I think on the suit, I know it's small, but I like stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
So Glass Joe is saying this is a mirror image that custom, and it's the same damn thing. Do y'all agree with that?
No.
Why?
Like, no.
Why don't you agree with it?
Because I mean, it's not the same thing.
Especially when you have them right next to each other like this.
I think what he's trying to convey is the fact that it's the original. The Prime One's the original piece, and it's pretty much as we said earlier, it's inspired by, and it's kind of the same damn thing, but it's kind of like it's different.
Yeah,
Which-
it
how
it
you guys
takes
do it.
yeah, it takes I think it takes elements of the original and it's doing more things from it,
Right.
to it. So,
It improved it, right?
yeah.
I like it better.
Kind of like what license companies have done to certain customs, right?
Yeah.
They tweaked it and made it better.
Good
So
for the goose, good for the gander.
now the custom groups are doing it right. Oh, y'all want to do that? Guess what?
That's what they did to my Mace Window. They like soon as I got the custom, Sideshow dropped that dope Mace Window, and I'm like, oh, for
Yeah.
real. But at that point, I already had them. I wasn't leveling up, but yeah.
So,
New challenger has entered the building.
you missed the other one. I know you like that the Sideshow Superman. I had him in here as kind of like a wild card to see anybody would like that over these two.
Can you put him back in, please?
He did a swoosh.
Squeeze him in.
He did a swoosh flyby.
What's
Undo.
cool about this custom one though, we kind of came to the surmised that
Surmise.
surmised that the custom is kind of like a mixture of both of them, right?
Yeah.
With the cape and the stance and the sculpt of Hush.
A copy of a copy of a copy.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, a copy of a copy of a copy.
I'm out of here.
So I noticed something. It might be it might be the size of how you have it blown up or the portions, but I noticed that the Prime One Superman is a little bit more beefier, right? His body looks a little bit more stockier, whereas the other one looks a bit more lean.
Yeah.
That's true. I can see that too.
Muscularity wise, as proportions.
So Archangel hopped in. He says that he thinks the Hush still wins. Can't say hi. Can't say what's up, guys. Hey, Jarhead. Nothing. But wants to put his 2 cents in. So.
You want to ban him?
He's a fellow Marine. I wouldn't ban him. But next time when you come in here, Archangel, hey, how you doing, guys? Hey, Jarhead, something. Jeez, manners, guy.
Put on a suit.
He
Put on a
said
suit.
temps.
Respect
all of
it.
us, you know?
See, look, that's better. That's better. That's better art.
I
Hello,
didn't-
Cano. I love you so much.
I didn't
That's
need the
even
last
better.
part. I didn't
You
need
took
the
it to a different area, but that's good. I like that. So what do you guys think compared to these two? Steve.
Robert. What are we comparing? Like the skull, the pink?
Yeah. What do you think would win between these two? Like, what do you? I know you love the Prime One Hush, but does the custom do enough different to sway you over the Prime One quarter scale?
Putting all the hate aside, the recast and all that stuff.
I mean, Prime One did it to themselves too, right? They did it to themselves.
I put them in the same boat. 1/3, 1/4, the same thing. But putting that aside, I do love like how the cape is on the custom one. Like it's very I feel inspired a little bit by what were the brothers called again?
Kucherik.
Yeah, the Kucherik brothers. Very dynamic. I don't think I don't like the cape from the new Superman, the Prime one, but the sculpt, the body. Like when Matt said he looked a little thick, I was like, me too, man. I look a little thick too.
So do you like the cape on the 1/3, the one that you got?
I like the one. It fits the statue, like the way it's posed and everything. It
The
fits
1/3 cape, you think?
Yeah. I've had it for like 2-3 years now, and it's definitely holds up.
It just looked like an unnatural swoop, though.
That's what she said.
Wow.
It's got a weird curve to it. That's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Hey, nothing wrong with a curve.
So
AMP, you got to block your face out, man, so we can see it.
There's your looking down portrait, Matt.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
see it. All I see is,
Casuals,
Mustache.
mejias are in the way.
you know what I'm saying? It was UPS hat.
UPS ad.
It's the mejias.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, you finally got it in. You finally got it in.
It's the original.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's hot.
That's Jim Lee, baby.
Oh, I
hey.
see it. Signed. Nice.
Hey,
Next
hold
time,
on.
have him sign his
You got a
face.
custom cape. You got a custom cape, Jim Lee style.
Jason Fabok on Wonder Woman.
There you go.
Frank Miller on Batman.
Yeah.
That looking down's hard to beat.
Undisputed heavyweight.
Appreciate that, CNP.
Hey, Casual. Archangel said he got in his Aquaman thanks to you for making him spend money.
Do you love it? Oh gosh, thanks for it. Yeah, man, I love this piece. I know a lot of people hate Jason Momoa, but it goes well with this Versace. Sorry.
Cosmic Galaxy says the custom is closer to Jim Lee's Hush Superman than Prime One's, except it's mirror.
I don't get the except it's mirror part.
I think like on the opposite side, like when you flip
okay.
the features. Yeah.
So, Dion, if you had to choose between these two,
Custom.
why do you choose the custom over the Prime One?
Cause man, I feel like that pose right there is like, it just commands your attention. Like when you see it, it looks like strength. It looks like what you said, like elegance. I said it looks like regal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just when you look at it, the arm out with the cape, it just does something.
The word you're looking for is presence. That's the word of the day.
Well, I was gonna say
Mr.
presence,
X does
but-
not like it's presence.
Presence.
But this in this case we're using
What
it
is
correctly.
presence?
But it
has
does
nothing to do
have
with
presence
size.
though. Like
It has nothing to do with size.
I feel like if you put both of these in the
Some
same
would say
room,
different, Jarhead.
It's the motion in the
Depends
ocean.
on what we're
man.
talking about, FEJ.
if you put these in the same room, I kind of feel like that you would be looking at the custom and not the Prime One piece.
It's kind of boring, right?
Yeah, it looks boring next to it.
They are supposedly making a 1/3 version of this custom too. I wonder, comparing it to the original Prime One, how that would go. 1/3 versus 1/3, you know?
I don't think it really matters because I like the 1/4 cape better than the 1/3 cape.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is the base on the 1/3 is different.
I feel like
cape's
the base is
different.
unnecessary on the 1/3. Like it's overpowered. I mean, it doesn't take your attention away from Superman, but I feel like it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's accurate to the comic.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people don't even display those things on the ends.
I have a quick request from our guy, our Photoshop guy. If you want me to play a clip really quick, or
The Photoshop.
yeah,
guy.
only if you will allow it.
Sure.
Sure. You sure?
I'm kind of scared, but sure.
It depends on what the clip is.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
he said, tell those guys this is for the custom one.
His hair, whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His footsteps, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. See? Fuck.
Oh man. Sorry.
You know what else is whack?
it
Crack.
Right, exactly.
That was good.
Piggy man, which one are you gonna end up buying?
All right, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy it either.
No. I asked the
He was getting
question.
ready to answer it,
Which
too.
one are you gonna end up buying?
So let me say this: just like you, Jarhead, I love both of these. If I were to get one, I would probably try and get both, and be like Diane and copy your idea and put the dark side in the middle.
Wait, I ain't saying.
But you're gonna do it.
That'd be
But-
dope, wouldn't it?
but
That'd
it would
be
be.
so dope.
would
One
be dope.
cape's going one way, the cape's the other way. I don't know.
And I like the differences in the blues. I like the differences.
Yeah.
You know, it's enough differences to where it's two different representations of the character. I don't even see them as being remotely the same when they're in these stances. But if I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the custom. And the word that I'm going to choose to give it is that, you know, it definitely has presence. It has that certain, as they say, je ne sais quoi. When you
Je ne
come
sais
in,
Oh wow.
yeah, you can't
Okay.
help but look away from it. like if you're in the room and you see it, you're gonna keep looking at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it commands presence. Yeah, pause.
Hey, I was just thinking that too. I was like, I've heard that somewhere before.
Get back in here.
But yeah,
What
definitely.
the hell is je ne sais quoi?
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
I don't know her, but okay.
That's Bebe and them cousin, Diane.
Matt, what are your thoughts? I'm curious to see what you think because you said that you really like the Hush one. So
Yeah, I mean, I like them both. Well, first of all, our games are you. Like to answer his question about the copying each other, just hit the rewind on the tape. We covered that for the most half of the show. he was late too. He was late when he got in. Yeah, I like them both for different reasons. You know, I do like the arm out, and I'd like the Cavill portrait, right? And I also like the light up feature. So that does take it to another level, and that makes it different with the distinction. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So, but you know, there's something to be said for the original Hush with the portrait looking down. I mean, you know, I said that from the beginning. That's the original concept. That's the original idea. That's the original one for me. You know, so that if I had to choose one, I'd probably go with the original, with the portrait looking down. But I'm like you. I like them both. You know, I probably get them both and display them differently.
Yeah. What about you, FBJ? What are your thoughts?
I love swap outs. So that's a plus for me right there. The swap out arms, the multiple swap out head sculpts, the capes. It's two versions of capes they're giving you, right? Or is this one?
No, that's one cape.
No, it's just
It's one cape.
Yes,
All right, well
cape.
that one cape is still hot. I like the flow. Especially when you put that arm on that Dion loves.
Yes.
But the Easter egg with his suit, the texture, you know, like I said, it's small, but just the fact it was like, oh, look at that little thing. To me, that's cool. I love that.
Pause.
Jeez, I got.
Rewind the tape.
Dang it. The base is all right. I mean, I'm not, you know, to me that doesn't make it, but again, that extra stuff is cool.
Them tablets, FBJ though. Them tablets.
Yeah, no, I like it. No, but I'm saying without it though, I'd still love it. Is what I'm saying. Without it,
Don't make me read that again. Don't make me read that again. Right? I'll read it again.
It's a plus. It's a plus. But I'm saying without it though, I'd still love all those things about the statue. The eyes, the sculpt with the heat vision. Thank you, with the veins and how that looks. I think that's cool. And considering it's way down on the list, but to have it with the dark side and have him like posing up like that with the heat vision, paired up with my custom dark side, I think it'd be cool. So yeah, I'd pick this. Not saying that it's better than the Hush, you know, because that has its thing as well, but I'd prefer this for those reasons for me.
So for me, I would definitely pick the custom if I can only have one. Just for the, you know, we pretty much talked about the whole night. You know, it's like it's got that presence, the je ne sais quoi, et cetera, et cetera. I guarantee if both statues were in a room together and you walked in, this one would draw your attention more than the other one. This one would be like, hey, it's me, look at me, you know, like, you know, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't have kids.
Yeah.
That you know of.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But like to me, like just going from this to this is like boring, right?
Yes.
Like you realize, like if I would have flipped it around and showed you the other one first, I don't think you would have noticed how much more simple the statue is than the other one. You know, this one, it's like it's a great statue. The sculpt's great, but it's way more simple.
Diane said it's just there.
It's just there.
But,
It's just there.
Man.
so yeah, I would definitely pick the custom, man. This cape is dope. I mean, everything.
Nelson said casual, just playing with his cat.
Did you ask the chat already? I could ask the chat real quick if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there you go.
They do a poll.
That takes a lot of work, Matt.
Not for you though.
I know. No, I only have access to this chat. That's it.
But amongst the panel, we're what, five to one.
Steve, the king of King's Court.
It's a clean sweep.
It's a clean sweep. I
Uh,
thought Matt went with the prime one to be
Matt
the
went
rebel.
with what we like.
Steve was like, ew.
Ew.
Ew, brother,
You can't say that word.
brother,
Ew.
ew. Archangel asking the question, do customs cost more at this point? I think the difference now makes customs more favorable.
Shit, customs are less
I
than
think, I think
pieces.
It's relative.
I think Archangel is not subscribed. That's all I could say.
We've definitely talked about this in the past. You know, how prices on statues have gone up. Customs have pretty much stayed where they're at. They've been for the last few years. Really, that's the only statue game that I see that hasn't gone up. And I wouldn't say they're cheaper. Comparing to Sideshow, obviously Sideshow has gotten up in prices. A lot of their statues are $1,000 too. But I would rather spend the same amount of money and get more for my money, if that makes sense. And I see a lot of the customs being that way, that I get more for my money than I get from anywhere else.
They're a closer match in a lot of cases than like to the prototype than some of the like Sideshow pieces I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an added benefit too. You know, yes, you have your, you know, your mess ups in the custom world as far as like quality control and all that stuff, but it's easier for them because it's a smaller batch of stuff. So, but yeah, you still get your quality control issues for sure. But like I said, there's certain companies out there that I know that take their quality control real seriously. So I would go with those companies versus some no-name custom company, if that makes sense. Because I know they're going to do a good job. Just like, you know, the XMs and Prime 1s of the world, right? We know that XM and Prime 1 used to be really high
Most
quality.
people don't know the difference, though. Jarhead.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I know, but and I would say names, but I can't obviously because it's custom. You know, if you guys are interested in knowing that, though, just message me.
Into somebody's DMs.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say the names or?
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not. CNP.
I have a question about the custom. All right, I'm not in a bunch of groups. I'm in a couple, but
Fake fan.
well, I'm getting roped in, man, by some people. So one of the things I like about customs, and I don't know if this is the case with all of them, Jarhead, Dion, and you guys, is that the fact that what I like about custom is the fact that I could give my input and that input gets taken in. Is that the case with all custom groups? Which is they'll ask the people who are buying into it, you know, as far as, do you like this sculpt? Do you like this? Or is it, no, some companies where it's just like, hey, you're buying into what we're giving you. And if you like it or not, you know what I mean?
It's a selection. I mean, it's not every group. It's just like a license. It's not every group.
There's more of that though, that in the custom world than there is in the license community, though, for sure. Yes, not every company does it, but there's enough to make a difference to where you're like, oh, this is kind of nice. I get to give my input on certain things.
That's what I love. I love that.
Like for instance, the Superman that's coming out, this custom group, they're asking, hey guys, what do you guys want? You want quarter scale or 1/3 or both? And people are giving input. Okay, we need this many people for a 1/3, right? You're not going to get that in the license company. You're going to get what you get. Yep. They're not going to ask you, hey, what do you want? Normally, I can't say what's going to happen in the future because Sideshow has been doing some interesting things lately. You know, I said I like to see more videos. I'm not saying it's because of me, but they're showing videos now, and they're showing what do they call it? Printouts. of their statues. Is that what they call them?
Outputs, whatever.
Outputs of their
Yeah.
statues. So it might be a future thing where they go, okay, well, what size do you want the statue in, or what colors do you want it, or do you want it in purple and red for Dion? So
Yeah,
I can't say they're
purple.
never going to do it, but as far as the custom world goes, it seems like you have more input and you get more communications out of the custom world.
And that's what pulls me in, which is why I would generally prefer customs. Is that there is some kind of input, right? And sometimes it's, again, there's stuff that I may not have that I want, right? A line or particular, characters or whatever it is, or even just, man, the Superman's, can we get this kind of Superman? And I can find that and then opt in, like you said, man, I have this kind of same statue in 1/3. When can I ever get a 1/4? Oh, we can do it for you. Oh, really? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would prefer customs. And that's the main thing, which is, hey, I can give my input, or I can find someone, who's doing what I've been wanting for a while, right? That the licensed people, it's whenever they decide to do it, they may give it to you, they may not, oh, finally they're going to come out with a 1/4, been waiting 9 years for it. Thanks.
So my only question for you right now, FPJ, is
talk the talk. Do you walk the walk?
All right, I got 1 foot in. All right, let me take my time. Don't try to push me in.
I personally, want you here.
Playtime's over, boy.
Do not even tease me with that, because you know how I feel.
I want you at that level.
If somebody
over customs.
Hey, I told him.
CMP already knows it, Piggy. You know.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I've been telling Sideshow every time they ask, "Hey, who should we make?" Every time.
I want to get to that level.
I thought, who was PCS? I thought was interested in making one.
They're playing games, man. I don't know what they're doing. I know they want to, but I don't know what he's doing behind it.
Honestly, I would love one too. Honestly,
Day one.
Yeah.
Blitzway.
And to be honest, it doesn't even need to. It doesn't even need to be 100. I mean, I would like it to be as best as they can, but try any kind of.
Could you imagine?
Give me anything. Give me
Could you
anything.
imagine a show enough that's like 99% him?
Oh my gosh.
And then figure out a way to make his hands glow.
Oh, man, I could probably retire from statue collecting.
CMP said Blitzway. If they did him with the rooted hair like they did that Bruce Lee,
with the suit, with the like.
Yeah, man, that would be day
that'd be
one.
so great.
That would be day zero.
Damn, day zero.
Day zero.
Yeah, as soon as they like the concept is done, I'll just be there with my money.
What? I'm like, paycheck's already been worked for and paid for, man. All that, come on.
I haven't seen his STL file. He said there's FC. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. That'd be cool.
So,
Man.
that's it for the show tonight, guys. I didn't get any pictures tonight, so I'm kind of slacking, but
It's all right.
I just kind of want to talk about this and see where it went, because like I said, I've seen a lot of people talk bad about it, and I've seen mostly good, like people are really interested in the statue. And it seems like in all the groups too, like, I mean, if you look through all the posts, you'll get to that post and there's like 150 messages in that post, like it's a really popular subject. So like, I kind of wanted to get everybody's opinion on it. I know a lot of people in here don't mind it. But I know like people like Steve, he doesn't really care for it. So
I don't care for it, but I still respect everyone that likes it. I'm not gonna be like, this is.
That's not what he said. He said screw all y'all custom guys. That's what he said.
I think we secretly won him over. He's not telling us yet.
That's my other user profile. So yeah. Okay.
But unless y'all want to talk about something else, I mean, I can mix something up real fast or whatever. It don't really matter. This is like time if anybody wants to talk about
I
anything
just,
or
I just have
anybody.
one question.
I
What
have
do
a
y'all
question.
think about that depot thing?
Oh,
Oh,
no, no.
yeah.
You mean the Ford Focus?
Yeah, basically the Ford Focus.
That's going a little too much, man. $20,000.
$20,000.
That's a car, bro.
19,999.
You guys really think they're gonna sell 100?
No.
What do y'all?
There's a new Transformers Depot, Matt. They listed the price today at 19,999.
9.
Really?
My comment was
Is
the
it a
only
full
way-
size?
Yeah, my comment was the only way I would drop that is if it literally transformed, drove itself with me in it, and made deliveries to pay for itself.
What
Right.
size is
Only
it?
way.
What
That's
what
crazy.
scale is it? It's 1 to 1.
It's quarter scale.
Quarter
Quarter
scale.
Is it quarter scale? I think it's like
Yeah, it's quarter
110.
scale.
Nah, it's quarter. Oh,
I
well.
think that's impossible.
Okay,
Transformers are always
it's
like one.
the
Yeah.
size of a quarter
Yeah.
scale
It's a
statue.
quarter scale.
Right.
Yeah, it's the
No,
size.
I
of
know
the
what you
thing,
mean. I
yeah.
know what you mean. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry. I didn't-
Yeah.
And like Jose saying, that's without shipping. That's before shipping.
Oh
They're
my
gonna
God.
price
Who
gouge
did
that
this?
thing.
And tax and tariffs.
Prime one.
Yeah, tax and tariffs. Don't
tax,
forget that.
Yeah. We had a good 26, 27K after all of that. It's no
Even if
way.
I was single, man, wasn't taking care of anybody but myself, I still wouldn't have spent that money on that.
Nah, hell no.
If I had a cool billion and mad money to spend, I'm still not getting it. It's not
I
happening.
mean, that's a little overboard, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not only will it fill your whole side of your wall, but it's a little too much.
They come in like 7 boxes.
Probably maybe more. I don't know, man. That's a lot.
I got pictures if you want me to share them.
Yeah. I always tell them
Yeah,
to
I
share
have-
pictures with me.
I love that Johnny. He knew what was gonna happen. He put that statement out before
Yeah,
it
he
dropped.
did.
It's like, hey, I'm just gonna warn you guys. This is like,
Whenever
Yeah.
this
you
is gonna
know-
exceed
when
your
you know
price
some shit is coming
Warning,
through, right?
warning,
That's
warning.
it.
before y'all go off. I'm just
Disclaimer.
letting y'all know.
Can you imagine you had this in your house and somebody accidentally bumps into it?
Oh
and
my
knocks it
God,
over or
no.
something like that?
I'll accidentally bump them into the ground.
Man,
Right.
all I could
That's
think
super
about
cool.
is if my cat or my grandson, as much as they're my two favorite people on this planet, and if it even had a scratch on it, something bad's gonna happen. I couldn't
Man,
imagine.
you got to keep people away from this thing.
Yeah, there's no way.
Those guns.
It's definitely cool though.
Yeah, oh, man.
Do I hear a PO, Matt?
Yeah.
All snap.
Hey, Matt, it has a low edition size.
Live
100.
PO, live PO.
Somebody will buy this. Somebody's gonna take that picture. Ronnie Stark. Somebody. You're gonna see it in somebody's collection.
I need,
man.
I need like 50 super chats to get this thing.
They'll never be able to sell this thing.
I think 100 is too much. Is too big a size. Like for
Yeah,
the-
it should be like 50 or less.
like 15 max.
Archangel's
He said
asking,
50.
what would be the most amount you would spend on a statue?
No, he said, what's everyone's cutoff price?
I interpreted what he was saying, all right?
I know.
Mm.
For me, I don't think
know
there's
it's
a
way
limit
under this.
because if like one
Uh,
of like that piece comes out and goes like 10K, I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm like,
Wait, you would
mm,
buy this
Whoa.
for 10K?
No, if it's a piece
Oh.
I really like, it was like a Justice League diorama in 1/3. You could get all of them in one like diorama.
1/3 or 1-to-1.
No, 1/3. 1/3.
Oh, yeah, ain't no way.
X-Men
Ain't no
sort of
way.
came out
I'm
with
not
that
gonna lie.
already. You know that, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like 1/10 though. 1/3, man. $10,000.
I would try to stick under 10. Like that would be mine.
I'm trying to think what
Because-
would my cutoff be.
Because Maestro was what, 6?
Hell no. Somebody got you if you pay 6.
I don't remember how much it was.
But y'all say I'm the one in the castle and y'all out here spending king's budgets because it ain't no way, man.
Yeah.
It ain't no way.
If
Oh,
I
mine
spend
is
them,
I would say like 5 or 6.
yeah. Mine is like what the price I paid for the T2. So around that, that's it. I can't because that was pushing it, but
$200.
that was something because I grew up on that. That was nostalgic. That hit home for me. So that was my exception, but that's not something I could pull.
I would say 5
Like-
without shipping.
Yeah, I would
Just-
say realistically,
yeah,
you know,
around
I'm trying to talk like a baller, 20K, no 10K.
Oh,
But
jeez.
Wanna be a
realistically,
baller, shot
maybe
caller.
maybe 5.
Oh, I hate that song, Jahi. I hate that song.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5 before shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say under 10 if it was like the most amazing statue I've ever seen in my life.
1-to-1,
If it
life size.
I wouldn't do life size, man.
Like a Sentinel versus a Hulkbuster from XM. That'd be crazy.
Actually, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Get on that XM. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't getting
I need-
nothing.
I need like 37 characters in that diode if I'm gonna drop 10.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, can you shake your head one more time?
No way. Yes.
If XM made like a part 2 to their XM Sentinel, I could see me paying a lot of money for it, like 6 or 7. You know.
Man.
Sorry.
No, I'm not paying 6 or 7.
You said half scale, Jarhead?
Too much.
Well, that one's what 1/6. So
I'd buy a Ford Focus for 10,000 and drive it to Jarhead's house.
Man, exactly.
I don't know. I
yeah,
can't-
I think that's my cutoff.
Yeah, for one piece. Oof.
I'm not paying over $3,000 for any piece ever. I don't care what. it is.
Really?
I'm being honest. I mean, I'm not knocking people that do, but I know how I am, and if I pay over $3,000, it's gonna constantly bother me. I just because I always equate what else I could have done or paid or did with that, or how many other statues. I'm like, I could have probably got like three other statues for this price. So just for me personally, no more. Maximum would be $3,500
for 3K to 35.
well, because I thought about shipping, right? But
Okay, yeah.
that's the absolute.
I never include shipping because shipping is what it is.
No, I'm gonna always include it
like-
because when I budget, I need to know the taxes, the
Yeah,
shipping.
but you may not even know what the shipping is sometimes on pieces.
I check out.
So it's hard to budget it.
Only with Prime One because they'll give you that estimate of $127. Then it ships and it's $608 to ship.
$600.
But
Or
I
PCS
mean,
lately too. But
yeah, and I mean, I don't mean to sound filthy, and I'm not gonna say anything filthy. But if I pay $10,000 for a statue, I'm doing something with it. You can interpret that however you want to. But if I pay 10K for a statue, no, not even a pause. If I pay 10K,
Yeah.
it's getting a full commercial break.
Yep.
I'm not going to touch any statues in your house ever.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah.
you're safe because none of them are 10K. None of them are 3K.
Yeah, yo, that's why I be laughing when kind of side topic in a sense, but that's why I laugh when some of these dudes they for the fake thing they just pay that stuff and not getting anything in return. All that money go down the drain. I'm like, dude, you could have gotten somebody for like less, like real, and spend less money. I'm like, you paying for stuff you're not even gonna get.
Exactly.
Like it'll blow my mind the as far as what's out there, as far as what they're putting money into. And I'm like, man, $30,000-$40,000 on this, OF stuff. And I'm like, dude, like,
There's
you
no
could
way.
find somebody on the street, like, less, and actually spend time and have connection. And you don't
Get a
even
bill with
spend.
it.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. I'm like, what are we doing? So I'm saying I feel piggy on that. It's like, yo, like, you got to think sometimes, like, come on, man. Like, what is going
Isn't
on?
there another company? Making something similar to this statue?
yeah, I think it's bigger than this though.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was like $5,000?
Oh man.
That's.
Well,
we
it would
talking.
be. I mean, it's going to come in under what Prime One has. at this
Because
point.
it's not as well known as Prime One, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be cheaper than this statue.
It's going to definitely be cheaper. They could get 10,000 out of that piece, and still like probably eclipse Prime One.
Are you talking about Way Studios?
Yeah, Way. Yes, Way.
Yes, Way.
Wait.
little ratio.
Is it?
I think
two
it's
small
supposed to
guys
be-
talking to each other.
I think it's supposed to be bigger than Prime One's based on.
I don't know if it's bigger. Pause. But it's very very similar.
I feel like that one shocked the whole community. The $20,000 price tag, and now people are going like, "Well, the Final Fantasy VII pieces don't look so bad now."
No, it does not.
I mean, there's been quite a few statues out there that have pushed the boundaries on the cost of that Batman Armory that came out. Was that Prime 1 too? That they made that whole wall of stuff.
What
What's
There
that
was-
Prime One?
Oh, Queen Studios.
Yeah.
Queen Studios. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know they existed still. There was the one we just talked about, Final Fantasy. There was another Final Fantasy one before that was like 10 grand. I mean, we knew it was gonna be expensive, but I guess people didn't realize it was gonna be that expensive.
You know, that goes into the question too, man. Quantity over quality. You know, is it's like, hey, I
Other
get
way.
this. This is a one and done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are you
Or-
gonna buy the piece that you really want, or you gonna buy a whole bunch of little ones that you just
Exactly.
kinda like?
You know, so it's like, to me, it's worth it if I'm gonna spend, you know, this amount of money on this piece. Cause it's probably I could get another thing in this line
Well,
again. That's,
You're
That would be the-
not gonna have room for any other pieces at that point.
Yeah,
that's yeah.
that would be
True.
the whole collection. Like people, I'll be like, "Here's my room tour." All right, thanks
Done.
everybody for tuning in.
That's all. A one piece.
Goodbye, folks.
Yeah.
What is this room worth? A lot.
Look, I'll be like, a year later, here's the update. I moved it from that wall to this wall. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's the
A
whole
piggy. I bet you that room wouldn't even have a couch or chairs or nothing. Just that one statue.
nothing.
It's like it's a room.
Korean does have a good point.
And a pillow on the floor.
Yeah.
Sit on there and look at the statue.
Those $10,000 boxes that they had, where people don't even know what's in it, those
Oh.
are sold out.
Ain't no way.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Nah, they crazy.
I think it's a bunch of people named Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne that are buying those pieces because
Gotta be.
if you're not a billionaire.
I mean, imagine though if you had like millions of dollars. You know, you're like, okay, well,
Nah, I'm shooting for
$20,000 today.
Nah, I'm shooting for Mona Lisa's, man, and those kind of artists, like them
Yeah.
kind of paintings and stuff. Like,
Or I'll get the pieces I want
statues.
made. I would get what I want made. I wouldn't buy any mystery boxes. I would be like, hey, I want a Bruce Leroy and a
Yes,
Showman face
exactly.
in it. I want it in this color with a glow around it and go.
oh, easy. Yeah, you got somebody one-to-one. It'll cost money, but I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
you'll get it done.
Yep.
I do the same, Piggy. I'm with you on that one.
I call Pamela Anderson. I'm like 20,000, baby.
Have-
Pat, you know.
Have you seen what she looks like now?
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
Hey,
I was
but
back in the
about to
day,
say
Pamela.
that.
No, man,
Back in the day, back in the day.
but I think she's holding up good because she's one of those chicks that now she's gone natural, refuses to wear makeup and stuff like that. And I'll take that over these bras that they got on so many layers that when you get them home and they wash their face, you like, hey, where the other girl
I
go?
can respect that.
Yeah.
What happened to the other
That's
chick?
Piggy, not me. That's Piggy, not me. That's my money. That's my money.
Piggy said broads. Piggy said
Oh,
broads.
Oh, man. And you're wealthy enough, man. You can get them. You get those singers, man, that come sing at your house. You know, like I was watching a story with Mariah Carey. She was like, oh, because somebody asked, was just like, what's the most somebody spent to like, you know, have you like come do a show or sing or whatever.
Billionaire
She was like,
princess. Yeah.
she was like 1 million. Somebody, you know, she was like sang one song at somebody's crib or whatever for $1 million. They was just like, I want Mariah Carey to come to my house and sing 1 million. That's the kind of that's the kind of
Some of those-
stuff. I'm like,
some of
hey,
those-
Can you
Hey,
imagine
Mariah
having that much
Carey,
money?
$1 million.
yeah.
Can you imagine
For
having
Mariah
that
Carey
much
to
money
sing?
to be able to do that? Like, hey, I want that person over my house. $1 million.
Yeah. So a lot of these
It's
stars,
going
like
down.
I mean, a lot of these Eastern royalty, like royal families and stuff, when their sons are like having their sweet 16 or not, whatever, they'll fly over whomever they like, whoever they crushes are, their favorite singer. They do one song, stand around, shake their hand, and leave.
Man.
Get a couple million.
Give me $1,000 now.
Fly CMP over. Hand deliver that statue.
Yeah.
Right, for that money.
Hey, Archangel said if he had $1 billion, he's
I
gonna
saw
get a
that.
4K of me eating my lunch. Hey,
Oh,
I'll separate my food on film. Hey,
yo, Piggy, do you know also in the Funko world, you know, before I got into all this stuff too, there's people who actually do that, like certain Funko Grails. They actually, I have that too. That's a good piece. They actually like for those Grails that are like worth like $10,000, $5,000, and yes, there are Funkos that are worth that much.
Yep.
They actually fly the person in to bring it and hand deliver it directly
What?
and do the exchanges, or even at cons or whatever, they'll fly it over and then do the exchanges, stuff like that. Because those pieces are too much money to have it shipped. They actually would bring them over, and that's still being done. Like now, somebody did
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
Some-
for a
they do the same
Funko,
thing
I'm like,
with,
not
with comic
crazy.
books. With comic
Yes,
books, like
yes,
high,
yes.
high level comic books,
Yeah.
they do the same thing.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Anything high level
white-
collectible, they do that.
yeah,
glove treatment. Yeah, they give you the white glove treatment. Yep.
yeah. But
all right, well, you know, it was a good discussion, guys. Appreciate you guys showing up tonight. You guys have anything going on? Anything coming in? Et cetera, et cetera. CMP.
All my stuff is on the boot.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get like a shipping notice tomorrow for that Magneto sideshow.
Yeah.
But not sideshow. But other than that, I got this.
License problems.
Yeah, I got this custom yesterday from our guy Cash. So shout out. This is the
Oh, that's
last
cool.
portrait I needed to get. So it's cool. Looks almost like me, but
You are now complete.
yeah,
You
this
got balls on your chin. Is
my
that
my,
what
my,
The mic's blocking it.
my collection is complete. I completed my collection.
Nah,
I
that's
am.
dope.
Yep. Sorry, I kept
Well,
leaving. I'm on call this weekend. I just had to take care of stuff.
I always appreciate you coming on, man, and helping out too. So thanks for even if you kept leaving, it's still appreciated. So
No problem. No problem.
Dion, you said you got some stuff on a boat.
I got some stuff on the boat and probably ain't coming for like another month or so.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, other than that, man, just thanks for having me. It's a little dry on my statue world today for the next couple of weeks.
Nah, it's all good, man. We go through spurts of getting stuff in and when we don't, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And I know you were making a running list of what I've got coming in, so
You Scantroned it.
I'm a plead the fifth.
Diane earlier was like, "Oh, two Superman and Darkseid together? That sounds pretty good." I'm like,
I mean, that was a badass idea. I'm not gonna copy it. But I had to give you your props on that one.
FBJ, man. What about you, man?
Waiting on my Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile. I think that also is coming on a boat. So that's probably, I don't know, a couple weeks out, maybe. I don't know. Where's it getting shipped from? Iceland or something? I don't know. Netherlands, whatever. But that I'm actually looking forward to that one. T2 bust at some point. I'm like one of the last people to get that in, but that's on me because the whole, it took forever to pay stuff off. But that one's at some point, hopefully in the next month or two. Hopefully. The T2 bus. What else I got coming in?
Did you pre-order the DeLorean?
Oh yeah, that Sunday, that weekend. Yeah, I pre-ordered. So that's locked in. So I'm good with that. I can't wait for that one.
What about Stay Puft?
Stay Puft. That one's gonna be on the back burner. That's something I want, but I can't order that right now. Maybe a Christmas gift to myself. Yeah, and I have other stuff I'm paying for right now, but nothing. But other than those two, I don't got nothing coming in right now. I think that's it. Oh, I do have some comics coming in, and I ordered a poster a couple weeks ago. Got coming in as well. Yeah, that's it.
Your voice went out.
What you said? Sorry.
Matt, what do you got going on? Anything coming up? Anything coming in?
No, just chilling. I'm just everything's copacetic on my end. I'm glad FBJ said everything he's got coming in because I was all night at the show, man. I've been looking at his display in the back. Looks like Macy's going out of business with all that space back there. I got some empty racks.
Most of it was supposed to house 1/6 stuff, man, but I had to.
I was like, man, you got some space back there, man.
Oh.
What's coming by? I see you getting ready for stuff.
Yeah, well, that, and I do have stuff boxed up. I'm just, because it took me a while because I just moved, and then I had to get the Machi cases in. So slowly, like a snail, unboxing my stuff in my garage, putting this stuff in. So like that Elite I have, it took me, since I moved in, it took me like a year before I unboxed it. So, yeah. It's moving slow, man.
Can I borrow some of your statues, FPJ?
What?
Can I borrow some of your statues until you want to unbox them?
No.
Unbox them here.
Yeah, but no,
asking where my collection is at home. I travel for work, buddy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Piggy, man, what about you? What do you got going on? And the more important question for me is, did I convince you to pre-order something?
You know, I'm really strongly considering that Superman that we looked at tonight, the custom. But so far, I'm patiently waiting for that Usagi Yojimbo to come in. That's the piece I'm anticipating the most. It's been out at sea forever and a day. Probably on the same ship Dion stuff is on. I'm just
Probably.
waiting for it to update. And outside of that, really, I haven't done any artwork in a long time because the price of like the materials had gone up. But I'm motivated to kind of work on an art project, so I have that in the making. I'm working on an action figure dio, and I'm just gonna catch up on some TV shows because I never watched TV, and I'm gonna watch Daredevil and Kraven the Hunter. And yes,
Oh yeah, I
need to
forgot about
watch
the last
those too.
episode. I gotta watch that too. The episode dropped yesterday, right?
And yeah, somebody told
two
me
episodes.
two dropped last night. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I got two
Two
episodes.
dropped? Okay.
Yeah,
Both good. Yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
that's
I guess I know what I'm doing after this.
yes, sir.
I knew that
But-
tissue paper was back there for a reason.
I told you that in private, CMB.
Oh, wait, hold up. Does your bed light up in the back? Is that a? Oh my gosh! I just noticed that.
That's only when he goes on OnlyFans.
Come on, man.
Only when he's on
I'm in a
OnlyFans.
hotel.
It's
I'm in a hotel. Calm down, guys.
That's his OnlyFans page.
That's for
I'm in a
paying for them
hotel.
statues.
It's $sign Galacticus.
That's some good lighting, man.
Hey, when I'm ready, it goes red.
Oh wow!
Throw that heat vision on there.
Yeah,
Galacticus.
heat vision.
Bet you got a disco globe above your head too, man.
Actually,
I wonder if the bed's
No,
round.
please no.
Little
Please
dazzler.
hold on. If I press
got a
this
round
button,
bed?
it'll lower. Hold on. Let me press it. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say no. Please no.
All right, guys. Let's get out of here.
Good night,
Take it easy,
everyone.
everybody.
See you,
Thanks for
everybody.
coming in.